Well, what do you know? Mr. Muffin, Mr. Muffin's Trains. Hey, I started a little early tonight. I'm sorry for the extra music. Facebook's made some changes to how you do live broadcasts, and I was a little nervous. That's a word. I learned from my granddaughter when she gets nervous. I got a little nervous that maybe it wouldn't log in correctly. And so I thought to myself, now how long will it take me to fix this if it's broken? And I decided 4 minutes and 26 seconds is how long it would take me to fix it if it's broken. So I started the music early and started the session early. And amazingly, everything worked. So I didn't need the extra 4 minutes and 26 seconds. So we had a chance to listen to my theme music. Hello, everybody. Hello. Mr. Muffin, Mr. Muffin's Trains. Hello, buddy. Hello, Jim. How are you, bud? Hello, Massimo's Trains. Hello. So anyway, I'm coming to you live from the layout. We are back in Atlanta. We had the York trip from hell. We lost the turbo booster on our truck on the way out there. And those of you that don't have a diesel have no idea how expensive that is. And that was a huge deal. I thought seriously about putting the truck off of a ravine somewhere. But anyway, it's fixed. We'll go get it next week. And then, I was already in New York because I went out there to meet with my friends at Minitronics and talk about carrying their product line at Mr. Muffin's Trains. They do electronic components and soldering stuff and lighting and all kinds of really cool stuff. And they're located in Brooklyn, New York. And so I went out early to see them and talk to them about doing some business, and which was really fun. And so Liz, Mrs. Muffin, as you know, ran the show with Jeff on getting everything to York. So they had to deal with the broken truck in Ohio. And but they're very smart people. So they went and rented another big honking truck. Now, I need to work with them on measuring distances because our truck is 26 foot and the truck they rented is 46 foot. So it was humongo. But anyway, it worked. So, and they backed the trucks to each other and transferred all the inventory. And they got them to New Stanton, Pennsylvania about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. They were about 4 hours late. And then came through to York, and everything else was okay at York. We had a little bit of drama, but nothing to talk about. And had some good meals and got to see a lot of great people and shake a lot of hands and kiss babies and do all that stuff we love to do at York. And then loaded everything back up and headed back to Indiana. And then on the highway on the way back in Ohio, we hit a deer on the rental truck. And I don't know about you people, but normally when I rent something, I waive the insurance. I don't need their stinking insurance. Nothing's going to happen to me. And my wife, as we know, is much smarter than me. Mrs. Muffin's smarter than me. She took the insurance for that big ass truck, the bat truck, big ass truck. And it was like $50 a day extra. And that was a brilliant decision if you hit a deer in Ohio. And so that worked out pretty good. So Jim says, Jim, I love this. Next time, drive around Ohio. Yeah, that's probably the deal. I don't know if you know anything, if you had any experience with Ohio State Troopers, but they are not to be messed with. You need to know all your conjugate verbs and your multiplication tables and all that kind of stuff because, my gosh, in Ohio is a lot of fun. So hey, Lee French is on. Hey, buddy. I'm not in Atlanta, Indiana. I know that. So the big question was, at the video, we recorded a video at York of the of some of the artisans that were there, some of our favorites, and which is just a lot of fun. And walking around the hall and doing that, and it's cool because when we're setting up our booth at York, people ask us, "Am I going to be on the video? Are you going to come over and talk to us?" Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. And so I guess in that video, it's an undetermined number of times I said MrMuffin'sTrains from Atlanta, Indiana. But I've heard through feedback from the 4,000 people that have watched it so far that they know what our name is and where we're located. I guess I did that a lot. Hey, Walter from Wayne, PA. Hey, buddy, I used to live in Wayne, PA. You probably know that. Yeah. Oh, just off Lansdowne Avenue. All right. I do not have, well, we might have in the store, we might have an Amtrak P42. I don't have the store inventory up on this other screen here, so I can't look real quick, but I can check for you. All of our inventory is online. I bet if you search for Lifesaver, you'd find those little rolls of candy, would pop up on our website, and maybe an Amtrak P42. So I hope I've got one. I don't know for sure. I could bring the inventory up here in a second. Oh my gosh. So Brad, where was John Menard? He was at York. I didn't see him. Oh shoot, that would have been fun. Atlas Containers, they're all here. We got a surprise 5 pallets from Atlas on Monday. They didn't send me the tracking. They didn't send me the invoices. We had no idea they were coming. I think it was on Tuesday. And Liz and Amy and Sam and I were down at a gentleman's layout who is health has failed, and we were taking his layout apart and packing everything. And so we weren't here to help with the pallets, so that was kind of a problem. But anyway, they're all here, and we have a boatload of 53-foot containers. And as I'm typing this, she's working on those. We did the Atlas E8s, not all of them, but most of them were in that pallet, and we checked those in first, principally because I wanted them, I wanted to get them over here at the layout, and so we did those first, and then I think she was doing the containers today and starting on those, and I don't know. There are several hundred sets of containers over there. It's phenomenal the number we got. We got bought a lot of extras, and I think we blew through them. So there's a ton of them over there. So she's working on that. Uncle Buck says, with attendance down, yeah. I mean, I didn't get an official number. I heard 6,700 in spring. It's always smaller in spring than fall, but we had 12,700, something like that in the fall York, so it was about half. Yeah, Scott Smith, he should know. Don't mess with the Ohio State Troopers. You're right, my friend. Absolutely not. Don't mess with those guys. So Brad says he saw Menard in the Orange Hall. Cool. All right. Well, I didn't see him. Well, let's see. What else we got? Round in the ends and high in the middle. Yep. There you go. You bet. Joshua's on. Hey, Joshua. Hey, buddy. How are you? Hope you're well. Thanks for telling me. That's great. Good to talk to him. That's for sure. So what else is going on? So we're working on those containers or the pallets from Atlas. E8s were in there. I did an RJ Corman custom run tank car, and those were there. Those came in. The rest of I think they're 17,360 gallon, or maybe it's 17,600. I don't know. It's something. Tank cars came in, and then all those containers and the E8s. And we didn't get all the E8s. We were short shipped, I don't know, another pallet or so of E8s. I don't think they all got to Atlas. I've noticed recently that Atlas doesn't get everything in one shipment. There's usually a little bit more coming down the road. And I reached out to them today. I didn't catch anybody to find out when they think the next container's coming in. But I'd like to see that. Hey, you saw, I think already, Lionel announced the ET44s, several road names. We are just getting a lot of pre-orders for those, and that's really good. So the orders are due middle of May. We'll get that sorted out. And then Lionel was going to ship the SD50s today, on their way out to dealers today. And there's a boatload of those. And I've really been kind of surprised that I didn't have very many pre-orders for the Reading in Northern version. I thought we'd have a lot of those, and we did not. So I've got a bunch of those. Back to the E8s. The New Jersey E8s and the Amtrak E8s didn't come. I didn't get any of those. And I got about half. I got about half of Rock Island and Kansas City Southern and Penn Central. The other Lee, the Lee from the east, not the Lee from the south. The Penn Central E8s, and they are beautiful. They are just absolutely beautiful. And I only got about half of each of those, and I have a lot of pre-orders for those. And then I did 3 custom runs with Atlas on the E8s. I did a Milwaukee, road number 32A, which is in a paint scheme. It was restored. It's a real engine sitting up in Wisconsin, I believe, and or Minnesota, in a two-tone orange and red. And it's just, oh my gosh. I saw the photograph of the real one. I just had to make it. So I only made one road number, 32A. I think I'm going to run 2 of them back to back and pretend the other one is 32B, or maybe I'll mark it up somehow. I don't know, but I want to run 2 of them together. And then we did a New York Central in the really dark gray. And being colorblind, and I don't know if you know this, but one of the guys that's regularly on the call, he sent me markers, and he wrote on the marker what color it was. This one is red. So that when I do my drawings, like for track diagrams, this one's blue, very helpful. And then this one is, wherever the camera is, there it is, black. And then there's one more, of course, wherever that's at. Oh, he didn't write on this one. I think he did. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Green. So thank you for this gift. Next time I do color-coded track diagrams on my table here, I've got appropriate markers. But anyway, what am I saying? So the New York Central E8 is a real dark gray. And to me, it looks like there's a little tiny bit of green in it. And I showed it to people that can see color, and they told me, no, it's gray. But it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then the third one I did, I was talking to Alice. I don't know anything about this, but the Burlington Northern has a pair of E8s plated. Beautiful. And so I decided to try to do a custom run of those E8s in the Norfolk Southern. And then I made passenger cars. I've ordered passenger cars to go with them. So pretty fun. Okay, what else do we know? Anything else? Happy birthday. Radar says happy birthday. That's good. Sam's birthday's today. He doesn't know that, but hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the York video. Yep. I hope you make it in, David. It's a really great time, and we have a lot of fun there. There's an enormous amount of trains there. My friends from North Carolina brought their Katy custom Challenger. I'm going to put a picture of it in the newsletter that goes out this weekend. It was just fabulous. I just really like it a lot. I know he's got a few left. So D. Scott, what's in St. Louis, buddy? I think there's one. My Milwaukee is in St. Louis. Is that what you're telling me? Tell me what you're telling me. So I got that on there. He'll tell me. A lot of guys saying hello to a lot of guys. Thank you very much. Yep, high in the middle, and yep, round on the ends. Okay, hey, Bristol, PA. What else? We got just a lot of you guys on here tonight. Thank you. So what else then? So MTH, the F7s, which are like a year overdue. Oh, thanks, Scott. It's an E8. The F7s from MTH, Premier F7s, arrived there May 7th, they're telling me. So we're about a week away. And the Chrome E8. Okay, cool. Thanks, D. Scott. Yeah, there will be, Ben's asking about, will be the Scale CSX Monon. Yeah, so Lionel is going to make all of them. And Atlas is going to make all of them. They're just kind of doing them a few at a time. And the only tooling that MTH has left is the Imperial tooling, which is slightly shorter, not as long as the Premier, and it'll handle 031 curves. It's the same height and width, but shorter, maybe 3 inches. And MTH is doing all of them in the Imperial series. So all 3 manufacturers are going to do all 3 of the CSX Heritage units. Lionel and Atlas are going to put them out a few at a time. I guess MTH is as well. So we'll see those. Yeah, that'll be great. Looking forward to those. I'm doing the Rail King Imperial Monon one now with MTH, and then I think Dixie Union Station, Iraqi's doing L&N. So I know 2 of them have been announced by dealers as custom runs. I got the artwork in today for my AC 6000 in Santa Fe. MTH has never done that before. So that's pretty cool. Looking at that. So, Lionel, Glenn's asking about the Lionel Base 3. I mean, the videos they're showing right now of sample engines, like they just did one with the Berkshires, the new Berkshires coming in June, is on the Base 3. They're running it internally. And so I was told I'd have those in June. I hope that's the case. Hey, you got your L&N F7s at York? Yeah. Good. Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they? Gosh, they came out great. For those of you that haven't heard the story already, there's a gentleman, friend and a customer of ours who was in charge of the shops at L&N during this period of time, and they needed some additional diesel power, and they bought those B units from another railroad, and they were sitting around in the shop, and he got upset because he wanted them out on the road, and they said they were waiting to paint them with the striping and stuff, and he said, the hell with that, just put lettering on them and let them go. So, and he sent me a picture of him standing by one of them. So that's why our set, both A's have the whiskers, and then the B unit just has the stripe and the lettering, Louisville and Nashville. So we kind of did that because of him, and I think it came out really good. I'm really happy with them. So so we should see the Base 3 soon. Hello, Gilbert. You're going to see some more Imperial Steam. They're going to do it. At York, Rich had the Imperial 060 steam engine. Mine, actually, the custom run I'm doing in Monon. And so he had that on the table to show. So those are getting ready to ship. And one of the reasons he wanted to show that at York is because they're going to do more Imperial Steam. They're going to announce some more stuff. So we'll see some more announcements on that here pretty soon. I think we will. So that's good. Thanks, Joe. Glad you did. Glad you liked it. Thank you very much. It was fun to do. Let's see what else in here. John, Brad Fisher just sent me a picture of John Menard in my email, I think. Popped in. That was in the Orange Hall. That's good. He's a big train guy. You guys probably know that. The show in Milwaukee, Train Fest, is something he started with Calmback, I think, didn't they? The magazine people. There's a really good question. I wonder about that too. And They haven't made any electrics, for quite a while now. I asked about it the other day. I didn't really get an answer. So I think we'll see GG1s. They've still got the tooling, of course. I would like them to do the Pennsylvania FF2, and they had announced it before a few years back, and they just didn't get any pre-orders for it. And it's a box diesel, box electric on the Pennsylvania Railroad, and it's my favorite of all the electrics. And I've got the first time they made 3 road numbers. I got all 3, but I'd like to see more of those. But so far, they haven't announced that. I'm also pushing them to do the New York Central, Pittsburgh, and Lake Erie A2 Berkshire. Trying to get that announced. And then you saw they announced the Z6, right? The Northern Pacific, Spokane, Portland, and Seattle, right? I'm getting my S's correct. And Great Northern was the third. 3 road names, all Western, of course. Oil tenders with whistle steam. They haven't made that engine in, 10 years. So, and the pre-orders of that are pretty good. I was kind of surprised. We've got a number of those pre-orders coming in. There's a lot of news on the online forums about the fact that I'm doing a blowout on big boy freight sets. The Lino made a lot of them, probably more than built to order, and I decided to take the last of them. So I got all the big boy freight sets from Lionel, which includes a beautiful caboose, 3 stock cars, Vision Line Sound stock cars, Vision Line Sound reefers, and then one of the World War II era Union Pacific box cars, and plus a big boy. And I think the prices are discounted price is $36.99, something like that. So it's way below minimum advertised price, and we've sold a couple already, but I've got a stack of them. I'd like to get those moved. Hey, yeah, there we go. G5s, yep. That would be good. Yep, I agree with that. So, hey, Greg is saying big shout out to Jeff. Help you with an issue with your trucks locking up on one of them. So, loose screw is all it was. Got it fixed. Your Alaska GP30s. Those look really good, don't they? I mean, I don't want to start adding Alaska to what we got here, but those Alaska GP30s, wow, that was a beautiful paint scheme. And then the Penn Centrals, well, not Penn Central, the Conrail version, one of them is a repaint of Reading, and the other one is a repaint of Penn Central. And the Penn Central lettering is all worn on the sides. It looks like you think Penn Central should look, really shabby. And and that's been a big seller. I'm afraid I won't be able to get any more. I'm going to try, but that's been really, really popular. Hey, Ben says he votes for the FF2. All right. I think if Brother Ben and Mr. Muffin went the FF2, it should be a friggin' done deal. We should be able to get those, I think that'd be great. I'd love those. I love those box cabs, You run them at the high railers, don't you, Ben? You run those FF2s you got? I hope you do. They're beautiful. I'm going to get one of those on the track and get going on that. I've got all these new E8s. I want to run some of those tomorrow. I think the SC60s, I think they sold that to Atlas. I think Atlas has got that. I'm not absolutely sure. I don't have my list right here, but I think they do. I think Atlas picked that up. And Atlas is doing a great job, but I just want them to make more. I mean, come on. Go. Let's get more of them done. Ben says the 2 from Marty, those are the only 2 you have? You didn't have any before? And you put the rollers back on them and got them going? I hope you did. So I've converted 3 or 4 of the other electrics back to 3-rail. Ben says, hey, really like the 36-foot reefers. I do too. Yep, certain products associated with certain railroads. No, they kind of ran everywhere. Most of those, not all of them, I don't think. Billboard reefers were made in Chicago by the Pullman Company, right? They made those reefers, and the manufacturer would order them with that paint on them, and then they would go everywhere. And so yeah, they're great. I think we'll probably see some more 36 footers get announced shortly. Obviously, Atlas announced some more 40 footers in the catalog about a week ago. Yeah, good. So Racetrack Route says CB&Q 05 Northern of the Colorado, not Texas type 210-4. Yeah, it's just tough. It's really tough for these guys to get a return on their investment for the tooling. And I know, like we were talking about the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie Berkshire, which is a unique cat, and I mean, they had to make way more than they normally would to break even on that tool. It's just so friggin' expensive, and so it's hard to get them, to invest in a new steam engine tool. So it'd be, I would love that too. I've been suggesting that we take another hard look at some of the brass tooling that Weaver owned. They've got they had a 464 nickel plate, and nickel plate had a pair of those, I think. Road number 170 and 171, something like that. And Weaver made that. And then the Pocono, Ben's on here. He drove the Pocono, got Weaver to make the Lackawanna Pocono for us. And I'd love to see that come out again. That would be pretty cool. 484 Pocono from Weaver. Yeah, Ben was instrumental in getting Weaver to make that engine. They just ignored me, but he had their ear, I think. I don't know, maybe they talked the same language, And I don't know if you guys know Ben. Ben's the former president of New Jersey High Railers, just a super great guy, and he spoils my wife. Her pastry name is Eclair. Everybody in the family has a pastry name because it's MrMuffin'sTrains. And he and his buddies decided that's bullshit, that her pastry name ought to be cannoli. And so at York, he brought us a box of cannolis. I only got half of one. I don't think that was very fair. I don't know why he didn't bring him to me, but he took him to her. So I got a little piece of one, little dinky piece of one of those cannolis, but they were great. Yeah, Lehigh Valley. The Wyoming is the same. Wow. Now that's another reason we got to get that made. That would be fantastic. Hey, since you're on, Ben, give people the website address of the New Jersey High Railers so they can log on and watch you guys run trains. You've got those video cameras all around the place. What web address should they go to? Or should they just search for New Jersey High Railers? The Weaver tooling is still in the hands of the people in Korea that made it. And I talked to them about trying to make some of the Weaver brass buildings that Weaver made, and they were very happy to do that if I sent them $30,000 to engage our conversation about that tooling, and that obviously did not happen. Oh, the webcams don't work anymore. Okay, well, there's their website, NewJerseyHighRailers.com, and they've got just an incredible layout out there. And if you're ever out that way, just outside of New York City, you ought to take a look at it. Oh, yeah, and Facebook too. Yeah, Facebook too. So you ought to take a look at New Jersey High Railers. And Brother Ben we share a great affection for the Erie Railroad. And so I could tell that story again about the Atlas Erie units that were in the booth Jim Weaver had. Well, I don't want to embarrass you on my call. You can, what the heck, but pretty fun story. All right. So what else is going on? Let me see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lee Seiden's on. Hey, buddy. Hey, I got the Penn Central E8s in, and they're behind me. I don't think my iPhone's hooked up to the computer, or I could show it to you. Let me see. They'll be in the newsletter tomorrow. I got pictures of them. Yeah, that Class A. Yeah, Ben did a Class A in Erie. That does look good, doesn't it? Yeah. It's a good thing that the triplex is in Erie, or you'd be doing that too. That does look good. Yeah, that Class A in Erie. Yeah, you bet. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that. I did something to make my picture gets this. I'm supposed to be able to lock my screen so that I don't accidentally bump it with my mouse and change the sizes of everything, which I just did. I'm going to put it back because I'm going to broadcast Saturday tomorrow. See if I can get it back where I had it. I had it in here perfect. And there's a way I can hit a button here that'll lock this so I don't change it, which I really should do because this is not good. All right, we'll leave it like that. Yeah. Tom, you think a war bonnet ET-44 would sell? Boy, that's a good idea. I've been kind of resisting doing any custom runs of the ET-44s just because they're kind of up there on price. But yeah. So do you think any of the ET-44s? I don't know if would that be a fantasy scheme, Tom? If we did that, or do you think that's a real deal? So hey, Lee. So what you missed? We talked a little bit about the Conrail GP30 and the dilapidated Penn Central markings that you already ordered, and then the Atlas did the E8s in Penn Central, and they're beautiful. Oh, you think it would look good? Well, I'm going to look into that. Okay, all right. I'm going to look into that. See if we can see what Lionel has to say about doing a war bonnet ET-44. I might be too late. Somebody might have already grabbed it. I got to look. Yeah, we've been talking about Blue Nami recently, and I don't know anything about it. I've never used it, and so I'm going to research that, and I'm going to figure that out. And so thank you for that suggestion. That came up in our call the other day, and I don't know much about it, but I'm going to try to figure that out. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be, yeah. Oh, B&O Cincinnati, and yeah, that would be awesome. Weaver made one originally, right? There was one on eBay just the other day. Dilapidated. Oh, Amtrak P32. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's another good idea. Yeah. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I found out when I was trying to do some more with Metra that they can be cranky about using Metra on a model train. And I guess some of the industry people have had some problems with that. So we're doing the SC70 Imperial in Metra. I think MTH put it out yesterday. Those of you at the CNO fans, Trainloft is doing CNO plated high side gondolas. I saw MTH announced, and that's a really good idea. I might have to see if I can trade with those guys and get some of those. I think that'd be pretty nice. I got a couple of pings on my phone. I don't see what that is. We got somebody, D. Scott sent a photo. Cool. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's the E8. Yep. Now mine, this one says Burlington on it, buddy. Burlington Route. And mine is Burlington Northern. So it's a later one. But that kind of an E8 for sure. I didn't do that one, the Burlington Route one. He sent that to us. And if I knew my Mac better, I could bring that picture up. Because he texted it to me, and I got text on my phone. And nope, I don't see it there. I'll have to figure it out. It came up in messages somewhere here. I should be able to show that to you on the call. Well, let's see. What else do we know? Not a lot. We are here in Atlanta, Indiana. We're back from York. Thank you very much. I've still got a truck in Ohio, wrapping up repairs. We'll go pick it up next week, and that'll be good to have that back. And then we'll be running trains on the layout tomorrow. And I don't know what I'm going to run, because I'm going to try to run some of the new stuff tomorrow. If I can. The problem with changing the trains out is where to put the rolling stock, because all of my shelving is pretty full. And so it's difficult. I have trouble swapping trains. It's no problem to swap the engines, but swapping trains is harder, and takes me a while to do, and I haven't done that. So Uncle Buck wants to know what kind of professor I am. I'm a professor that gives a lot of bad grades. No, I'm I'm an adjunct, technically, what they call a clinical professor at Indiana University in the Kelly School of Business. I teach in their master's program. Been doing that for a long time. So thank you. I'm going to be starting class again in May. I teach the summer quarter and the fall quarter. Yeah, with Vandy tenders. I think we're going to see more Vandy tenders. You know, Lionel spent a lot of money making the tooling for those Vandy tenders, and they're pretty awesome. I'm interested in SEPTA. I used to ride that SEPTA into Philly when I worked out there. Regional rail cars would be cool. Yeah, good idea. What else? Well, let's see. What are we doing? It's 6:36. Any other questions? Oh, Amtrak Metroliners. Yep, for sure. I'm about ready to close up shop, go down to the store. It's still open. My wife runs the late shift down there on Fridays. Mrs. Muffin's down there doing that. And I just took down there the new Lionel GP30s and the new Lionel SG70s, particularly the Heritage Scheme, NS Heritage Schemes, which are just gorgeous. I'm pretty confident we're going to sell out of those in the next week. They're pretty beautiful. I want some more Army rolling stock too. You're going to see some more. Stay tuned. Yeah, we're going to see some more. Not just the Jeeps, but we're going to see some more. Yep. Pretty good. I don't know. No, I haven't heard anything about Electroliner. I'll ask about it. Good question. I haven't heard anything new about that. But it's been a while since we've had that, for sure. Have to take a look at that. All right. Well, let's see. It's about time to turn on my music and say goodnight, Gracie, as the old show used to go. Here we go. Yeah. So, hey, thank you all for hanging out with me on Friday night. I appreciate it. And I will see you next week. No, I have not sold out of Penn Central. Not yet. But I'm close. I got more coming though. They shorted me on the shipment lead. I didn't get them all. All right, that's the music. That's the news. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Mr. MrMuffin'sTrains, Atlanta, Indiana. We'll be here live tomorrow at 2 o'clock, running trains on the layout. We appreciate it. Thank you all very much. God bless you.